Aloha and good morning. Welcome to the House Committee on Tourism. It is Tuesday, February 7th at 10 a.m. and we are in conference room 423. First bill on the agenda today is HB 11 relating to timeshare plans. First we have DCCA with comments. Next we have ARDA Hawai'i in support. Next we have Marriott Vacations Worldwide in support. And then one more testimony from ARDA in support, as well as Hilton Grand Vacations and the Maui Hotel and Lodging Association. Is there anyone who wishes to testify in this measure? If not, members, questions? Seeing none, moving on to HB 12, also relating to time sharing. First up, we have DCCA with comments. Next, we have ARDA Hawai'i in support. Marriott Vacations in support.
Chair, Mike Yosua on behalf of Marriott Vacations. Sorry I missed House Bill 11, but stand in support of both bills.
Thanks very much. Next up, we have, I guess, ARDA, the national organization, in support, as well as Hilton Grand Vacations in support, and the Maui Hotel and Lodging Association in support. Members, any questions on this measure? Seeing none, moving on to HB 13. This is also relating to time-sharing plans. You guys have noticed a theme. Next, we have DCCA with comments. ARDA Hawai'i in support. Marriott Vacations Worldwide in support.
Morning, Chair. Mike Yosua. I'll go for the trifecta and support all three of the bills.
Thanks very much. Appreciate it. We also have ARDA in support and Hilton Grand Vacations in support. Members, do we have any questions on this measure? Seeing none, moving on to HB 229, relating to the Hawaii Tourism Authority. First up, we have HTA with comments.
Aloha, Chair, Vice Chair, members. We stand on our written testimony, and with the addition that the current contract for meetings, conventions, and incentives marketing runs through the end of 2025.
Thanks very much. And we have Jerry Gibson of the Hawaii Hotel Alliance in opposition. Members, do we have any questions on this measure? Okay. Seeing none, moving on. We have HB 820 relating to the transient accommodations tax. First up, we have DOTAX with comments.
Aloha, Chair, Vice Chair, members of the committee. My name is Kathy Davenport, and I'm here on behalf of the Department of Taxation and for the testimony. Our department stands with our written testimony on this measure with the supporting comments and questions.
Thank you very much. Next, we have HTA with comments.
Stand on our written, defer to these fine folks.
Great, thanks very much. Next, we have Tax Foundation with comments. Tom, are you with us today?
Not present.
Oh no, where's Tom? All right, Tom, if you watch this later, we missed you, buddy. Okay, next we have John Chang in opposition, as well as a number of individuals in opposition. Members, do we have any questions on this measure? If not, I have a question for DOTAX. You folks seem to think that we have a definition problem in the bill, and you might be right. Do you think that if we exclude transient vacation units from the definition of transient accommodations, that would solve the problem?
It might not, the way it's written, it's separate from the transit accommodation tax, which already sets that 10.25. This seems to set another 25%.
What if we said highest applicable rate, and you would only pay one rate?
Guess that might work. I have to go back and ask them.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I'll put that in the committee report, and we'll see if we can. I'll work with you. Thanks very much. All right. Any other questions, members, on this measure? Seeing none, moving on to HB 1239, relating to tourism. First up, we have HTA with comments.
Stand on our written, Chair.
Thanks very much. We also have HLTA in support, and the Kohala Coast Resort Association in support. Is there anyone else wishing to testify on this measure? Members, any questions? All right, seeing none, what a great committee. You guys are awesome. Seeing none, moving on to HB 1240, the North Shore Special, relating to transportation. First up, we have HTA with comments.
stand on our written, and I just learned from Rep. Nakamura that they're preparing a playbook from the successes they found in Hawai'i, so it'll be good to review that in context with this at some point.
Great,
Wow.
thank you very much, appreciate it. And we also have the Hawaii Lodging and Tourism Association in support. Is there anyone else who wishes to testify on this measure? If not, members, any questions on this measure? Are you sure we don't have any questions? Okay. Seeing none, let's recess for DM. Welcome back to decision making on our 10 o'clock agenda. First up, we have HB 11 relating to time-sharing plans. So we have a package of 3 timeshare bills this year, and I'll just sort of describe the thinking behind all of them at once. We've probably required a little bit too much paperwork from the timeshares, and a lot of these rules were put into place decades ago. So we're really just looking to update and streamline processes. The timeshares are working behind the scenes with the timeshare administrator to hopefully allay the concerns of DCCA. And many of the concerns raised in the comments are actually consumer protection and not tourism. So I'm going to move this bill on to CPC and allow the CPC chair to deal with those aspects that are consumer protection related. So HB 11 with technical amendments and a defective date of June 30, 3000. Members, questions, comments, concerns? Seeing none, Vice Chair.
All right, members, we are voting on HB 11. I'm sorry, was that as is?
With amendments.
HD1. Chair and Vice Chair vote aye. Representative Holt.
Aye.
Representative Kong is excused. Representative Lamosal.
Aye.
Representative Nakamura.
Aye.
Representative Perry.
Aye.
Chair, your recommendation is adopted.
Thank you so much, members. Next, we have HB 12 relating to time sharing. I'd like to pass this out with a effective date of June 30, 3000. Members, questions, comments, concerns? Seeing none, Vice Chair.
All right, members, we're voting on HB 12. Chair's recommendation is to pass with amendments. Chair and Vice Chair vote aye. Noting the excused absence of Representative Kong, is anybody voting with reservations? Any noes? Chair, your recommendation is adopted.
Thank you so much, members. Next, we have HB 13 relating to time sharing plans. Members, I'd like to move this out with a effective date of June 30, 3000. Questions, comments, or concerns? Seeing none, Vice Chair.
All right, members, we are again voting on HB 13. Chair's recommendation is to pass with amendments. Chair and Vice Chair vote aye. Noting the excused absence of Representative Kong, are there any members voting with reservations? Any noes? Chair, your recommendation is adopted.
Thank you so much. Next, we have HB 229 relating to the Hawaii Tourism Authority. This is something that we changed a few years ago, and we had sort of high hopes for the change. It may not have worked out the way we envisioned it, so I think it's appropriate to consider changing it back to the way it used to be. So I'd like to move this measure out with a effective date of June 30, 3000. Members, questions, comments, or concerns? Seeing none, Vice Chair.
All right, representatives, we are voting on HB 229. Chair's recommendation is to pass with amendments. Chair and Vice Chair vote aye. Noting the excused absence of Representative Sam Kong, is anybody voting with reservations? Any noes? Chair, your recommendation is adopted.
Thank you so much. Next, we have HB 820 relating to the transient accommodation tax. We may have a definitions problem here, so I'd like the committee report to reflect that we're looking at excluding transient vacation units from the definition of transient accommodations and/or adding a clause of highest applicable rate. But I will work together with DOTAX to try and resolve this issue. So in the meantime, we'll just move it out with an effective date of June 30, 3000. Members, questions, comments, concerns?
Just a comment.
Sure.
So in general, I don't support increasing taxes, but when it comes to tourists paying the taxes to support Hawaii, I'm okay with that.
All right. What a very reasonable take. You're in the wrong business. Any further questions, comments, or concerns, members? Seeing none, Vice Chair.
All right, members, we're voting on HB 820 with amendments. Chair and Vice Chair vote aye. Noting the excused absence of Representative Kong, are there any members voting with reservations? Any noes? Chair, your recommendation is adopted.
Thank you very much, members. Next, we have HB 1239 relating to tourism. Members, I would like to pass this measure out with an effective date of June 30, 3000 to keep the conversation moving. Any questions, comments, or concerns? Rep. Perry.
Love the intent behind the bill, with the idea of it using appropriated funds and the idea of more tax dollars being used to have the government the size it is. I'll be voting no with the hopes that the government eventually decreases.
Thanks very much. Any further questions? Rep. Nakamura.
Thank you, Chair, for introducing this bill. I think that there is a need for this position in the governor's office, that to solve many of the concerns people have about hotspots and concerns like helicopter noise impacting residential areas, it cuts across every community throughout the state. And so we need someone to be at the governor's office to coordinate among the state agencies. For example, on the North Shore, if you want to do a shuttle, it touches the state highway, it touches parks, state parks and county parks, to coordinate among all of the different actors. So I think the presence at that level is important. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Rep. Nakamura. Any other questions, comments, or concerns? Seeing none, Vice Chair.
All right, representatives, we're voting on HB 1239. Chair's recommendation is to pass with amendments. We have the Chair and Vice Chair vote aye. Noting the excused absence of Representative Sam Kong and the no vote as voiced by Representative Elijah Parrott. Is anybody else voting no? Is anybody else voting with reservations? All other members vote aye. Chair, your recommendation is adopted.
Thank you very much, members. Next up, HB 1240, my own bill. Members, I'm actually going to defer this measure. There are a lot of different things that we have to work out right now, and I'd prefer this shuttle service to go through the proper channels, which would be the DMAP process, but I am committed to it, and you may see this bill again next year. So thank you very much. We are adjourned.